This is day 2 of 21 days on YouTube. I'm not sure if I can keep up with the 21 days, but I'll try my best. I'm feeling like I need to actively edit the stuff I put on here now because I watched the first one. It was pretty good, but I felt like if I took some time to structure it in post, it'd be better. But I like the fact that it felt raw. I'm going to add some more color and yeah, as we go, I will just see how things go. So I'm going to be making today's episode about something I saw. So I just watched, I literally just watched KORTY's video with Sloan, and it got me thinking. I'm sure a lot of you know that I really, really love KORTY. In fact, KORTY is one of the reasons why I started creating content on the internet. I started this YouTube channel after watching KORTY's attempt to interview Wizkid. I don't know if I've talked about this before. I met her this year. We didn't really get the chance to really talk. One day I hope I get to interview her the way she does for everybody else and get to see why she does what she does and get in her head and see what it's like as her, really. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, that's one thing. So I watched the video and I have 5 things to talk about. 5 things: hate, process, privilege, access, and friends. Those 5 things. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is process. So while I was watching the video, KORTY said she wanted to try to create art the way Sloan does it, and it was pretty interesting to see Sloan see. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, but pretty interesting to see him see stuff from what KORTY was making that she couldn't see, and how she was able to make something that looked like what he was doing with his guidance, but at the same time, he stood out so differently. And somewhere in my head, I'm like, you love KORTY so much. It looks like what you're trying to do is very similar to what she's doing. And I'm like, yeah. I used to feel afraid of the idea of that, but now I'm just like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. In my attempt to do something similar to what she was doing, to what she is doing, I am going to make something different. And that's on God, because I'm a different person. How I perceive her art is something that even differentiates my attempt at recreating it from somebody else trying to recreate it. That's one thing. Number 2, on this same subject of process, by the time they're almost done with making this art piece, because they both worked on one art piece but 2 different sides of it, Sloan just took a black spray paint thing and sprayed certain parts of it black, and he made something so colorful become about something very strong and dark and serious and political. And KORTY asked a question and she was like, what if you are done with this entire thing and you don't like it? And she said, doesn't change anything. It's about the process of making it. And to be honest, that gave me ginger to make this video. Because sometimes you are so caught up in wanting things to be perfect and thinking, oh God, what I'm doing is not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. I still feel that way. I feel that way a lot. I feel that way even more that I have some level of success. You have more people seeing what you're doing. You are afraid of people hating what you've done already. Or saying, ugh, Simo, we're tired of him. Let him go away. It's sometimes I used to be really afraid of getting on the bad side of the public or people start saying things about me. I've kind of had that all my life, really. When people talk about what they think I am, or who they think I am, or what I like. But it's different when people, I don't, I, is it different when people criticize your art and when they criticize you? It's a little funny because I feel like this is beginning to seem like therapy for myself. Yeah, but I feel I feel both are the same thing. I feel they're both the same thing. I feel I have not really come to a place where I'm in my darn everybody, I'm going to make whatever I want. I'm better at it now than before, but I still wouldn't say I'm like there yet. Um Sloan was talking about how Sloan and Kotti were talking about how does he ever feel he will get to a point where he will no longer be hated by Nigerian Twitter? And he said he hopes not, because Nigerian Twitter has the ability to hate you into relevance, which is number two thing that this video did for me, because it made me realize how there's a level of relevance you get to where hate is a necessity. Like, or there's a level of relevance you would want to get to where hate has to be. Like, hate has to be. Like, you have to be hated to get to that level. Or once you get to that level, people would hate you. It's a very interesting take, really. And to be honest, this made me less afraid of being hated and people criticizing my work or being, I don't know, compared or whatever it is, whatever negative thing people are going to do when they see my work. And to be more daring, to be myself. Hmm. Korty brought in one of Sloane's friends, Iriti, or I don't know, maybe he brought her in or she came in and they talked about how they've both helped each other. And for the longest time, I'm somebody who appreciates my friends. Like the access I have, the kind of friends I have, the people that God has surrounded me with are some of the best crop of people on earth, in my opinion. Of recent, I've had to make new friends, people who are in certain industries, people who are doing certain things and who have influence, producers, actors, celebrities that I have access to now. And some things are easier for me now because I have these people around, because I have access to these people. And some of them, when we talk, some of my friends have come from like really, really rich families. And when we talk, there's even one of them, I'm sure when she sees, she's going to be like, kid, is me you're talking about here. She's like, I'm like walking through her, she's like talking to me about some things that are happening in her day. And she mentioned some things on the side. I'm like, girl, you are rich, rich. And she's like, no, I'm so poor. Like, can't you tell that I'm poor? And I'm like, you're not poor. And yeah, Kati and Sloan talked about the subject of him being a Nepo baby. And he said something about he at first said he's not a Nepo baby. And he said actually he's a Nepo baby. That the reason why he's a Nepo baby is because his father gave him access. And sometimes when I look at that, I realize I am low-key a Nepo baby too. Because the kind of people that my parents are allowed me to be able to move around and move among certain people. And being able to move among and around those people gave me certain opportunities, or being able to familiarize myself with certain circles that when I stepped into them, it was easy to navigate through without looking like I did not belong. I hope that makes sense. Like, it's not necessarily the fact that my parents have a lot of money, but the fact that I've learned things from them. I've learned things from the access that they had that allowed me to be able to function in certain spaces. And yeah, so you might be a Nepo baby and not know it. My friend was like, oh my God, is it because of the things I use? Are you calling me a Nepo baby? I asked her, if you need to speak with so and so, and you walk into their office and you mention your name, would that change anything? Would that make anything easy for you? And she was like, eh. So yeah, you're a Nepo baby. But at the same time, privilege does not negate the place of hard work. Because your privilege might get you in the door, might get you through the door, might get you in the room, but can it keep you there? For some people, it can. But for how long, though? I feel a lot of times people talking about people that have privilege and make it look like, oh, they don't do anything. This friend of mine, I'm sure she's seen this and like, Kitty, I told you not to use me for content. And she said one of the reasons why she's such a high achiever is because of the kind of parents she has. Her parents are super high achievers. They have a lot of money, yes, but they are super high achievers. My baby, I'm sorry I'm using it for content. I'm sorry, I just had to talk about this. She said that's why, because of her parents, because she has to meet up with that standard. People who are not from privilege sometimes don't even understand the amount of work that is required to sustain these things. Privilege exposes you to things. Access and privilege exposes you to things. And you get to normalize certain levels of hard work. The people who have not been in those spaces would think that, okay, this thing should be easy. But it's not. To be honest, have great friends. Have friends that would see you and believe in you. Have rich friends, but not just rich friends. Have people that see you, believe in you. Have people that you see and believe in what they're doing. People you can communicate value to. Because I think her name is Riti, yeah. Sloan's friend, saw Sloan when he was a lot younger, and she was like, oh yeah, this guy has got something and I would like to be a part of it. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. If you have not seen the video, please go and watch it. I love KORTY. Sloan is amazing. Surround yourself with good people, really. People who are willing to support you and people who you are willing to support too. Because if you check successful people, more often than not, they all know each other. So, yeah. I hope you had fun watching this. Please subscribe, share it, tell your friends about it. I recorded this part again because the first time the recording stopped. I didn't need to tell you that. But yeah. Peace.